Hello once again, viewers. Hello, friends. Hello, God lovers. Welcome to yet again another series of Truth in Every Word. How have you guys been? God has been faithful. All right. I would like to share with us something that happened to me while I was growing up. Okay. So we went for this wedding, an uncle's wedding. I think it was in Bauchi. Yes, Bauchi. And then we got to the wedding a few days before the wedding to help the couple prep, for the wedding celebration. The wedding eventually came and then everything went fine and the occasion was well celebrated with friends and family and everybody. So we were to leave with my mom, with my immediate younger one. And then when we were ready to leave, it turned out that we were going to the bus station. Okay. So when we got to where we were supposed to get our transportation, then it happened that we saw this vehicle, and we were really trying to hurry up because I think we left Bauchi at about, let's say, 3, okay, 3 p.m. And so my mom was like, if we could get to Kaduna at least before 7, 8 p.m. in the night, those days, it was still very easy to travel at about that time and be safe on the roads. Yes, it was. And so we got to the park, the motor park, and then we saw this vehicle, and guess what? It was almost filled up. They just needed 3 people, okay? And then the vehicle will be full, and then we'll be ready to go. And then my mom was so happy, myself also, and my younger sister. And we quickly, just got into the vehicle while my mom took our luggages and went to the booth with the conductor, to just see that our luggages are properly packed. And then the driver was being called on to come that his vehicle was full and then he needed to leave, so another person would start loading. And then the driver came there and I just looked at him, and as our manners were those days, we were brought up to greet anybody we see, whether related to you or not related to you, stranger or no stranger. So I just looked and I said, "Oh, good evening, sir." And the man just went in outside. Why anyone now? Why anyone now? Degina Kinzo, Degina one Nantazo, and he was just, and I was wondering, and he was speaking in Hausa. I understand Hausa. So he was saying in Hausa, he said, who is this? Who is this? Who is this little child? What's she doing here? To me at that time, that was what he was saying. But then the man continued. He was so foolish. He said, get down from the vehicle. Get down from the vehicle. Kusoka, Kusoka, Sokanan, Kusoka de Motana, Barasoku. That means, get down from my vehicle. I don't want you. And my younger sister looked at me, she was so afraid, she just held my arm here, because she was here. I was here. We were supposed to shift in for my mom. So she just held my arm and said, sister, what is happening? I said, don't worry, just come down. And then she came down. I held her hand. And we went to meet my mom at the back. She said, why did you come here? I only came to pack her luggage so we can leave. Get back to the car, I'm coming. I said, no, mommy, you don't understand. The driver of the vehicle doesn't want us in his vehicle. He said, meaning what? I said, I don't know. He looked at me and he started speaking in Hausa. Who is this one? Get down from the vehicle. I don't want you people in my vehicle. Get down. My mom now said, Kudi Rinsedeha. In Igbo language, it's like, what kind of nonsense is that? And then she came over. She got to the driver. And the driver kept shouting the same thing. Kept shouting. The driver, my mom wasn't like, driver, I'm their mother. Did they do something to you? He said, no. Bana sonko. Bana sonko. Okay? The yaranki. Bana sonko abutana. He said, they didn't do anything. I just don't want you people. I don't want you in my vehicle. I don't want your kids in my vehicle. You people just find another vehicle. My mom was so pissed off. She was so angry. She said, just when I thought we got here on time and got the right vehicle, for crying out loud. She was just lamenting. And people were like, ma, the vehicle is hers. Her name is his. That's the driver's. Just gather your children, gather your things, get into the next one. The next one was the station wagon. And you know, a station wagon has more space inside. That means we will have to take a longer time before that one will be loaded. So while we were moving our things, my mom saw one of our family friends, a lawyer who just graduated, okay, from the University of Jos. I think he came to collect some papers at the university for his youth service. And we just exchanged pleasantries, greeted briefly and all that. I was like, Ada, how are you? I said, I'm fine. Ah, what of mommy? I said, see mommy here, but because my mom was still angry, she was just, he now said, what happened? Why are you moving your leave? He said, the guy said he doesn't want us in the vehicle. He said, why? Did you book on? He said, no. I left them there and went to pack the luggages. Before I came out, I saw them out. They said, the man said he doesn't want us in his vehicle. I said, my dear, don't even bother all these people. I don't know what his problem is. But you can enter. So, at the time he was saying this, some passengers already arrived, like two entered. And then this family friend whom we just greeted with, quickly said, okay, if that be the case, let me join them too. And when he entered, the vehicle was full. And the driver didn't talk again. And they took off. So we waited, but as God will always be God, and as God will have it, the station wagon passengers, they coming too fast, they came too fast, and then the vehicle filled up. And we boarded too. So we started the journey. Oh God, okay. We started the journey, and then on our way, we now saw tire. We saw this. We were like, what's all this one? What, pieces of vehicle so all over the place. Motor parts all over the place. We're like, what's all this one? Was there an accident somewhere? And then still going ahead, only to find out that that vehicle was involved in a crash. To be honest with you, no trailer hit them, none other vehicle, anything, so it wasn't like maybe probably they collided in another. The man just left the road and went and hit a very big rock by the side, and the vehicle deceased. The first person I sighted was our family friend whom we just greeted with, He was just, I can remember very well, he was in a cream color trousers and a red t-shirt, and I just saw him lying. There was a way he was lying down and no life at all, not moving. In fact, nobody in that vehicle was moving. Those days they used to load the vehicle like two. It was what do you call it? A saloon vehicle. That's like this 504 of those days. So two in the front, four at the back. The whole six plus the driver, the seven of them perished in that accident. By the time people were stopping and rushing to help and all that, our own driver didn't want to stop. My mom was like, oh, this dear boy, I've forgotten his name now, I can't remember his name now, but my mom called the name and said, oh my God, what's the mother going to do? This boy just graduated. And all through that journey till we got to Kaduna, we were quiet. We saw the head of the driver at one side. His own head was like, disconnected from the body. People's bodies dismembered and all over the place. It was really a ghastly one, a ghastly motor accident. I will never forget all the days of my life. But then a big one there. Don't force yourself on any situation. You never can tell what God is saving you from. You get to somewhere or you get up in the morning, you want to go out, your body is telling you don't go anywhere, take a little rest, take it easy, calm down and find out what your body is trying to tell you. Find out what signal, you know, the spirit is trying to communicate to you. You are in the middle of a place and they are fighting, you come to make peace and you see the way people are attacking you like you were the one who even, initially started the problem. Withdraw from there. Don't force yourself on any situation, please. Don't. You want to travel, you get to the park and suddenly, maybe the vehicle left or you missed the flight. So many things like that. We've had people who missed their flight and then they were saved from, an air crash. Please, don't force yourself on any situation. Most of all, always be sensitive. Spiritually, I mean, be sensitive to know when you are being asked to continue and when you are being asked to discontinue. Always take things and take life easy. Walk with God and let Him always direct you. All right, that's it for today. I really want to try my best to always make this 10 minutes. So if you're watching us on TikTok, please do follow us, and please do like the video. If you're watching us on YouTube, please do subscribe, and please give a thumbs up to the video. Yeah, when you do, the video will circulate more to many other people to watch. Thank you, dear friends. And if it's on Facebook or on Instagram, you forget to post it there, then do well to do what is needed there to work with us on this platform. I love every one of you, God lovers. Stay blessed. Bye bye.